If you're not good in your heart and your mind, nothing's gonna be good in the end. So you gotta always work on your mind. But I was trying to find out information about this event, and so I was looking to see, okay, where am I going? Like a couple days ago. I always do what I'm about to do. Like I won't prepare for this weeks before. I'll prepare and put it in my brain for where I'm going right now. So I was looking up online and I go, oh, there's a YouTube video promoting this conference. Anybody see it?
Yeah.
Okay, a couple people, okay. Well, good. It was a great video. It was really fantastic. And I think that every marketing council should do that because it was really great. So I watched it and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And so you put up the first picture here, and this was, the video started and it was going through detailing who was speaking, Danielle speaking, Nikki speaking, and featuring everything that we're doing. And then a picture of me showing that I was gonna be speaking came up. And that's the one they chose. Let me show the real picture that Beachbody took. Okay. Catch me in a bad moment. By the way, every picture Beachbody will take of you sucks. I think they wait for you to be like, and then they take it. I don't know. I have a hard time finding good ones. But they could have used this one instead. I've got a lot out there online. I've got a lot out there that they could have took. How about this one? Maybe that one. Or another one maybe. That one's better. I think that one would have been better. Or maybe this next one. Yeah, baby, that one. I got that one. That one. That one's a good one. But really, this is the best. That's the winner. Anyway, no, thank you so much for putting that together. I just thought it was funny. Because I'm not insulted by that stuff. I don't care. Because, again, I would have cared, the old version of me, when I had to protect, oh, you didn't say my name right. Oh, you didn't say my title right. I don't care. I really don't care. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's you. It's how you treat people. It's how you speak to people. So don't think that a title or a rank is going to all of a sudden make your business amazing and fantastic and everything, and life amazing and fantastic. It's not. It's you. You have to keep working on you and your connections with people. So we're going to be talking about launching and the invite strategies of how to launch a product, but I'm going to share with you a little secret in this whole process. So let's bring up the next slide here. So here we go. We all have seen this before. This is the 4 vital behaviors, right? They did add on the 4th. Definitely be proof that the products work, so you got to do them. And how many of you, so since I'm standing in this position now, how many of you are going to be following any program, I don't care which one it is, coming up new? Okay, so the majority of the room, okay. And I'm not gonna ask you to raise your hand, but if you've never followed a program to a T, you need to, even if it's not your thing. So for instance, 21-day fix workouts are not my thing, they're not. And it's probably because I'm a group fitness instructor, she's not. And a little things with instructors annoy me, I'm sorry, they just do. Queuing late, just movement, I just get annoyed by certain things. So the workout was fantastic. I sell a boatload of it because I know it's a fantastic workout. That workout though is not for me. But I did do the 21-day fix and I recorded a daily video of it every day and put it up on my YouTube channel to live. So what did I do? I followed the meal plan. Wouldn't you say that that is the meat of that program? My hands are blue from my jeans. I'm not dying. Seriously, why am I so blue? But the meal plan is the foundation of that program. And that's the reason why that Beachbody started to implement that food program into other workouts. So a workout is a workout. But that workout was not fitting the way I was training. It has to fit with the way you're moving your goals for your body and the way you're training, because you can't just do one just to do one. Do one that matches your mind as well as your direction of where you're going in your body, basically. That's what I would suggest. But I recorded a video every day about my experience with the 21-day fix, but if I didn't do the workouts, what the heck was I talking about? What would you talk about? Your meals, right? The meal plans that you're doing. And I would do some of the workouts. So I'm not following the workouts exactly, but I would sprinkle in and do some. So that was how I was able to do a program that wasn't 100% fit for me, but I have done it. Now, I'm going to be starting on Tuesday, after Halloween, after I eat all that candy my kids get, is I'm doing the Ultimate Reset. I haven't done the reset in a year, and I usually do it 2 times a year for the most part. This will probably be my 7th time doing it. And I recorded a daily video for the Ultimate Reset that lives on my YouTube. I suggest you do that. Even if you have nothing to say, that's great, because then the video is short. Make them short. Gotta be less than 3 minutes, okay? So I'm doing the Ultimate Reset starting on the 1st, and then after that, I'm going to be starting to train differently again because of the season of how I train my body. You have to follow a program, and it's because you have to stay in the system. So it's not, yes, you prove the product works, sure. But you need to stay in the system, because if you get out of the system of community and what we offer, you're going to go back to your old life before you paid your money to be a coach. And all of that stuff is going to fall off. So the other vitals, of course, invite, recognize, which is one of the most important ones, and as well, do personal development, do it. I think that should really say personal and professional development. I don't care. I'm not going to stand up here and tell you how to sell Shakeology better. I'm not. I'm not going to tell you how to sell a certain product the best. I'm not going to tell you how to sell our company over another company. It's pointless. Because you are an entrepreneur. You got to look at yourself differently, that you're a marketer, that what are you marketing? Because that product, how many of you still heavily promote Turbo Jam? Okay. No one raised their hand. So if you fixate your body and your name, your brand, on being a product that you're now just bum rushing and promoting, and that's what you need to learn how to do better, don't you think you're going to have to learn how to do the next new product better? You have to constantly keep fixing how you're doing your business by what the product is. And that's not how you do this business. That's not it at all. It doesn't matter what you're selling. You just need to learn the skills. So it's like any job. Did any of you have to do like continuing education? Because I used to be in the medical industry. Cool. Or extra training to get the next level job up. If you want to get promoted, you have to go take this course or get that degree or whatever. That's what this is. You should be doing that for yourself, professional development. Learn the skills of a network marketer. And yes, you are a network marketer. That's what this business is. So those are the 4 vital behaviors. Before I go to the next slide though, this brought me to remember where I'm at. So I used to travel a ton. My life was traveling on an airplane where I would not even change clothes in my suitcase, and I would just take that suitcase again and go fly off to a different state. And the person that I worked for when I first finally moved out of working in the hospital, I used to be a radiographer, mammographer. Yes, I used to do barium enemas. It was the best. No, on prisoners. It was amazing. For reals. Yes. But I finally got the business job. I got hired for medical applications and then potentially sales. My mentor, my business mentor, lives here. Coincidentally enough, he used to live in Powder Springs. So I'm driving up here last night, and I'm just like thinking about that journey of when I moved from finally getting out of that hospital because I was so miserable working there, to finally now doing my dream job of now I'm in business, I get to wear suits and travel and make a lot of money and all. I got into that in 2000, or where are we in years? 1998. 1998 is when I joined that, and he was my mentor. We still talk. He's been phone tagging me for a couple days. Every day he calls me, and I know I can't answer because if I get on the phone, it's an hour. But I know when I can take the phone call. But that reminded me, like, gosh, he used to live here. And he lives up in the mountains. He's trying to hide from when the zombies come. But I started thinking about, wow, wait a minute. When I got that job, that was 1998. When did I quit that? 2004. Quick math, 6 years, right? So in 6 years' time, I had 2 jobs with him. First with that first company, doing the medical applications. But then we went up and we worked for a company from South Africa that did full body x-rays in 13 seconds. It was new technology. And I only lasted 2 years in that because I was just done. My role was applications and sales. I couldn't do sales. But they were trying to train me into doing it, but I hated calling doctors, so I didn't. So that didn't happen. 6 years. I joined Beachbody in 2008. It's 2016. 8 years in this business. And I started thinking about it. Those 6 years felt like 20. These 8, I'm like, 8? How did that happen? Because of what we're doing. That when you really find what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to enjoy it a ton more, and it's not torturous. And it's not going to be where you now need to move on to the next best thing. Because yes, I thought I was living large, leaving that x-ray job in the hospital, to finally now getting my dream job being in business, to which then I hated that company after working with them for 4 years, to which then I moved to another company and couldn't stand traveling because I wanted to have kids. How can I be being a present mom? Time and control of my time is my priority. Money's not my priority. I was a poor girl growing up. I had no money. So I will always have that poor girl mentality. And I'll work my ass off to constantly make money. I just will. Oh, sorry, I said the bad word in church. I didn't realize where we are. Tony was talking about a donkey, Jesus. I'm sorry. It's not a donkey. All right, so I'm not motivated by money. I'm not motivated by recognition, and I'm not motivated by money. I was motivated by recognition. I'm not anymore. I don't care. I'm motivated by my time. I protect that. And that's why I don't do any calls for coaches on the weekend at all. Barely ever on Friday either. Because I gotta protect my time. And that's what you guys have to consider. You can be open 24/7 and you will get burned out. You will. Because people don't care about your time, they care about their time. So that you need to set those guidelines of when are you open. And that's my biggest advice. So let's move on to the next slide. Because even though we've got those 4 vital behaviors, look at this. What's the most important? If you are sitting there in your seat right now and seeing these amazing coaches who stood up with success of rank, and then you're hearing all these titles, and you're seeing how people's lives have changed, and you're like, I really want that to be me. I really want this business to work. Yes, I really want Quarter Force to be what changes my business. I really am going to start focusing now and spending time doing my business. I'm not going to use excuses anymore. I'm going to set a new goal. I'm doing it. Well, do all the 4 all day, or do all of these all day, but running a challenge group is not going to move your business tomorrow. It's not. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by this. Posting on social media, not chatting with your team on your team page, because you know this is all the stuff that you're doing. And not wearing logo at the store, like, oh, I gotta go get some bread. Where's that shirt? I gotta put it on so I can go. I was running through the airport. I was telling someone over here, I can't remember who I was telling. I was running through the airport yesterday, because I went to the wrong airport to come here.
Oh, no.
In Dallas. Oh, by the way, I'm from New York. Do you guys know this mutt accent? I needed to tell you all that. I'm a New Yorker from Texas now, so I've got a mutt accent for reals. I sound a little Canadian, a little Midwestern, New York, and Texas. Like, hi, mutt, melting pot. But I was running through the airport because I went to one airport, and then they're like, no, your flight's at the other one, 25 minutes away. And I'm like, and I was already 55 minutes from my flight. So I'm running through the other airport to get to the gate, which I was anaerobic, so I got my workout yesterday. I couldn't even see my name when I got there. I'm like, Dwyer! Like, they were calling my name. But I'm running, and I didn't have a very supportive bra on, and I was wearing Shakeology, and I was like, this is not looking good! Not happy about that, but all of this stuff, guys, if you really want to make more volume in your business so you can make more money, if you really want to move rank, the only way to do that is by you going to someone and say, will you? That's it. Invite. Boom. What Danielle taught you, should you do? Yes, 100%, because that's called attraction marketing. Attraction marketing takes a while to work sometimes. You have to be very consistent with your activity that you've been doing for that stuff to work. So if you think that all of a sudden, if you just signed to be a coach, and now you start to put up there like, hi, I'm running a challenge group, everybody come on. No, you're gonna, it's not working, it's not working, nobody's liking this. I sounded like Kevin Hart a little bit, didn't I? Love him. All right, so you can't expect it to happen on social media. When you start your business, if you've been sucking at social media and now you're finally doing it better, it's usually 3 months before your consistent activity of doing it better finally pays off. So go ahead and promote. Definitely you should. But the only way to move your business is to personally go to people and invite. So I'm going to share with you some techniques, some strategies on how you can do it, which are not scary, which you probably were like, oh my gosh, I never thought of it that way. Because it is scary to ask for a sale. When I started with Beachbody, I didn't do any network marketing, obviously, not at all. I was doing it because I was already helping people. I said no to the opportunity, and a year passed before I said, all right, let me look at this again. And the only reason why I looked at it again was because my mentor, Shalene Johnson, said, you guys gotta look at this now. I've been stalking it for a year and I agree, you should do it. And we're like, all right, what is this? So that's why we looked at it. But I said no. So for those people who get upset with people saying no, I was a no. I thought it was stupid. Why would anyone want to pay a monthly fee for supplements? That's what I thought. I could just go to GNC with my gold card. That's what I thought. So I was a no. So don't be upset about the no's, because no, it doesn't always mean no. It's just, I just need to like stalk you for a second to see what you're doing. I need to have buying time. So that's the way you gotta look at it. And if you really wanna make a change in your life, what is your goal? What do you want more? Time? Money? Security? Control of your life? What do you want more? Think of it, say it in your head right now. Stamp it. Because all of that is possible. You just have to decide you're going to do it for that reason. So it's not a matter of, I want to buy a big house. That's my why. I want to be able to pay for my kids, childcare. That's not why, because guess what? If you do this business, that won't happen. Then what? What's your next reason why you're doing this business? Do you quit once you start able to pay for your kids' childcare? No, you're gonna have a bigger purpose for why you want to do it. So let's move on next. Here's a typical launch. You use all the company's promotional images on social media, aggressively. You fact people to death. You tell them all the amazing things about Core de Force. It's got this in it, it's got this many discs, it's this long, it's gonna be this price, I'm doing all this details about it. That's typical. You do a repetitive blast of the program in your challenge group that you're gonna be doing. It's coming up, guys, you gotta come in. It's gonna sell out, you gotta get in. You do mass email or newslettering, telling everybody, you won't believe what's been released from Beachbody. I was just at this weekend conference and they told us about this amazing product. You gotta see it, you gotta get it. Conveniently weave in your new product into every conversation you have. You're at the soccer field, football field, wherever you're at, but somehow that product always comes up. Your business always comes up. And FOMO. I first didn't know what that meant. By the way, I learned from Ellen DeGeneres what Netflix and chill meant. Like, I'm so old now. Like, how do I know this stuff? And I gotta learn from Ellen. I love her. FOMO, fear of missing out. Because I am so guilty of this, guys. So guilty of this. I see other coaches, even other top coaches, blasting a hard social media marketing post. And then like, I better do that too. I'm gonna miss out on those people because they're gonna see hers, and I didn't do that, so I gotta put something up. They're not gonna know. They're not gonna know. I do that too. But we have to believe that we're not missing out. You won't miss out. You won't miss out. Let's move on. I'm gonna share with you 4 strategies for sharing and inviting for product and opportunity. Opportunity. That's what we're talking about. Strategy number 1, and I just put them up like this because, again, we don't have a clicker, so it's a lot of words, so take a picture I can make these slides available. I'll send them to Shanta, and she can somehow do something with them so y'all get them. I don't know. But this is basically one strategy that is so simple. Now this is going to work for anyone that you've been talking to and now they're ignoring you and you're in stalking mode. Does anybody have those people that they're following up with? Okay. Because I know, I have those coaches that I work with and I'm like, okay, so where do you stand this week? You said you were going to, talk to this many people to talk about the product, talk about the business. Where do you stand? And this is the response always. Totally. Judy, I sent Judy the message and she said she was going to be signing up last night and she's not signed up. So I'm like following her on Facebook to see what she's doing and should I send her another message? I mean, Judy is everything. We have to focus only on Judy. There's one person. If she doesn't do it, I got nothing. You can't focus on one. You have to basically focus on so many and be like, who's gonna do it? Because if you're focusing on that, it's the same thing as trying to move to diamond. You've got two people, mom and dad is your emerald. And you're like, Mom, you're gonna do this business whether you like it or not. Dad, you too. So you can't make people do stuff. And the same thing with if you're talking to this many people, they're not going to do it on your timeline. You got to talk to multiple people because some will. That's it. So here's one strategy. If the person's ignoring you now, or you're having that amazingly back and forth email conversation, where you're like, just freaking buy the product! Stop asking questions! You're stalling! They're stalling. You got those people, here's what you're going to do. My tips are always speak less, and you're going to create a fear of loss. Don't mention the product. What? Yes. Okay? Always use third-party tools. Third-party tools are anything but you. Don't try to tell someone about that. Don't. Because you're trying to get your business rolling. What can do a better job of third-party tool? Your coach, a webinar, a video, an audio, a book, whatever it is, that's a third-party tool. So you always use it. And that's going to create a higher quality or better connection with that content. Because when you try to explain the business to someone, did you ever get that question? When you ask someone, hey, I want to share this amazing opportunity with you. And they go, well, what is it? And then you try to explain it. Well, we've got these amazing workouts, we've got our shakes, and oh my gosh, we get these celebrity trainers, and then we go away on the weekends and we do this. You basically are telling them not to do this business because you're making it sound very busy, like you're super busy, as well as hard to do. Because if they're looking at you and everything you're doing and saying, they're in their mind going, could I do that? Could I do that? And if you are trying to pitch them, they're gonna be like, I'm not a pitcher, I can't. Did anyone ever have the response of no for their business? And the reason why they said no was because I'm not good at sales or I just don't like sales. Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's because you were selling by talking your face off. So if you're talking too much, they're in their mind going, well, I can't do that. That's why you have to use third-party tools. Follow a system, and I'm going to share this. So that also the other important part is you got to set a time frame and follow up. So this is a message you can send out. Now, it's best, always best, to get people on the phone, always. And the reason why is because people make decisions faster on the phone. I know I don't like to talk on the phone. When my phone rings, I'm like, what's going on? Another telemarketer? Again? I answer the phone always like this now. Hello? So I'm just waiting for that. Do you want to change your life and make $10,000 a week? I can't stand them. I'm getting them a ton. So I don't answer the phone anymore. But when it comes to moving my business, like right now, I think I'm still at Success Club 5. This I hate. Because I always like to achieve at least Success Club 10 the first week of the month. And here it is, the end of October, and I'm at 5 right now. So I gotta hustle and do a ton of follow-up these last final days, because I'm not gonna lose a 70-month whatever record of 10. I just like to keep things consistent, but it's also about example. Because as soon as I let my business slide, what is that telling my coaches and team to do? It's not important. There's so many other reasons why it's important to go to Success Club 10 rather than 5. And it's a lot of money, by the way. It was $700, by the way. Because I did a tally, I'm totally off tangent, but I did a tally of the free customers you get from Beachbody, you know, when you hit an emerald and above. So I've been collecting them for 8 years-ish or so. And for 1 month I said, let me just audit all those customers I don't know that Beachbody gave me. Did any of them buy anything in January? And I audited it, and the customers that I got from the Success Club 5 lead program purchased stuff. I was like, oh yay, what'd you buy? $96 commission. So I got $96 commission from those people. But the customers I got from Success Club 10 lead, those people, there was people that bought there too. And they spent over $500. Oh, I got $500 in commission off those people. So for the people that I got from Success Club 5 from the company, I made $96 1 month. And that same month from the ones for 10, I made $500. So I made that much money off of those free customers, but did you see the quality and difference? Gotta be sure that you're really focusing on setting your goals higher, because again, it's all about example. But going back into this, getting them on the phone is going to make that decision happen faster. You won't have that Facebook searching your messages again for that long message you had, or that constant follow-up with them in email, trying to figure out, did they read the message, did they not? And then you're stalking their Facebook to see if they're sick, on vacation, what happened to you? You said you were going to do this. Get them on the phone. So here's a message that you can send to anyone. Hey Julie, I wanted to check back in with you to see if the timing was any better for you to get started with the product or the business opportunity. The most important part there is timing was any better, because you're basically not saying, you didn't follow up with me, you disappeared. You always want to take the fault and take the hit for things. But this was basically saying, I know, we're all busy. My fall is the perfect storm. We've got so much going on. We had the conference earlier this year in September, which I hated having to do. It's in November for next year, but it's football season. My husband coaches my son's football, 4th grade football, which is like the pros, pretty much. They do a scouting, grass drills, and a draft for flag football in Texas. That's just what they do. But it's a full-time free job for him. Full-time free job. He has to watch game film every day. Game film! 4th graders, what? I know, it is crazy. But we're busy. I don't have a brain cell. So my business has kind of slowed down personally, because I had to put what was most important, my activity and priority, on that conference. I was bringing in speakers. People paid money to come to that conference. So I had to basically take a back seat on my own business. Does this all make sense now, why I'm Success Club 5 at the end of the month of October, when the Platinum Edge Conference was September? Because the activity you do months before paid off 2 to 3 months out. That's why I'm suffering right now, because of that. Always keep that in mind. Here's the reason I'm reaching out. My company just launched one of the biggest products we've ever had. I've never been more excited about this and my future. The reason why those areas are highlighted is because you have to really show there's a FOMO. Wow, what about your future? A lot of people today aren't excited about their future because they're in that hamster wheel routine. They do the same thing and they can't wait for Friday, right? Y'all missed that, Friday. Yeah. All right, man. Okay, so they're like, there might be something different for my future. That just puts a little seed there. If I gave you a free workout, would you do it? If I, would you? Remember that. Super duper important. Super duper. So if I gave you a free workout, would you do it? Because Beachbody always has those free workouts. They can join the Beachbody On Demand, right? free, 30 days or something like that. I don't know, I don't pay attention to all the details, unless I need to. This is your message to them. Now, this is going to get a response because of the way that you're building the structure on this message. I'm going to share with you, watch out. So once they show interest, don't jump on them with information. So if they reply back on this, and they said, yeah, I totally would like to know what you're talking about, and now all of a sudden you vomit on them all of this basic information about the products and the company, you're going to lose them. It's the same thing as when you're promoting, you have a challenge group, and someone contacts you on Facebook and says, yeah, I want to be a part of it. How much is it? And you go, well, it's $140 to get a challenge pack, and you're going to get this and that and this, and then you're going to get so much stuff. And what do they say? It's too much, sorry. Because you just went right for the chase of it all. So did you notice I didn't tell them what product we're going to be talking about? Why? Because they're like, what? What just launched? Don't you think they'll have a better indication or want to come back to you and say, what? Because if I put in here, litter in here, core de force, they know now. This is that. I don't like kickboxing. I'm not doing it. They're not going to respond. So you're personally reaching out to your list, your contacts, and asking this, but don't tell them the product. And when they come back, you want to set up a time to talk. That's important. Let's move on. Next, strategy 2, market research. Oh, I totally forgot to do this, but I'm going to have to tell you about it. Market research, I think, is one of the smartest ones you can do. This one works with anyone. Here we go. So the tips on this is that this is an indirect approach. You're not going to mention the product or the opportunity. You always are going to use third-party tools. Again, call them, meet them in person. You gotta get more live. And if that means you have to do a Skype or a Snapchat video or whatever, oh, by the way, those pictures before were not Snapchat enhanced. Remember my pictures I showed you? Fail. I wanted to say that then. Forgot. Let's back up. So you gotta set a time for follow-up. You can't just say, yeah, just go get that workout and start doing it and then get back to me when you're done. They're not. They're not. By the way, because they're not going to be like, yes, I got to get back to them. Yes, I got to get back to them. Yes, right? I don't like to do business with people that don't follow up with me. It makes me mad. Because then I feel, oh, I'm not valuable enough. You don't need my money. I'm going to be spending a boatload in this facility, but you just don't follow up with me. I am going to someone else who will. And I do. I will not work with someone who does not treat me with respect. And respect is, you need to follow up with me if I asked you for information that you can provide. So don't expect them to come back to you. It's not their business to remember. It's yours. And I know I hate follow-up too. I used to avoid it. You just gotta have a system. If you have a system, you'll do it. Just do it. So once they're showing the intro, set the time frame. Here's the next one. Hi, or hey Dana. Hey, or as Danielle would say, yo, Dana! I know you're not interested in the product or the business opportunity. Ooh, but I need your help. So what did I immediately say there? I already told her, I'm not gonna talk to you. Don't worry about it. I don't want you to do this product or business, because I know you don't. I don't. Does that already pull up a feeling in yourself like, but no, want to know? Could bring up different feeling. That's important. The company just launched one of the biggest products we've ever had, and I'm super excited, really excited. They are actually looking for me to do some market research. I need people I can trust that will give me an honest opinion. If I gave you access to a free workout, would you try it and let me know exactly what you think? And this is where you again want to talk like you talk. Like Danielle said, talk like you talk. Don't be too professional. I'm not professional. Many of you probably are going to have a heart attack with all the grammar errors in here. But I'm horrible with that. And that's just me. And I'm going to write that way. I had someone message me and said, I see that you got all this wrong. I can do work for you if you want to fix all that. I said, no, because that's me. That's how I talk. with a ton of dots in a continued sentence, rather than periods. I just keep the dots forever. Or dashes, that's my favorite, dashes. I want you to be real and give me your honest feedback, good, bad, like really tear it apart. Go do it. I want you to really come back and tell me what you think of this product that we just launched. Would you do that for me? Don't you think people are like, oh yeah, you don't want me to buy anything or anything, you just want me to test something out for you? Sure, I'll be your guinea pig. That's the way you're thinking. But, ooh, they're using the product now. Or they're getting into your business or something else, okay? Let's move on because there's another part to this. There's the hot market research. Now this one was just played on our neighborhood Facebook group. The last one was, and I'll tell you. So the tip again is you're gonna disclaim it right away, which I'll tell you where that is. Try, compare, and feedback are your key terms. You're still not mentioning the product. You're still going to try to get them live. You're going to set a time to follow up of when they're going to do X and when will you follow up. Still use third-party tools and results good or bad. Hey Laura, so let me clarify what the hot market research is different from the market research. Market research is pretty much for your friends, family, maybe even people that you have an acquaintance with or that you kind of know, like on Facebook, just other people. Could be anyone. And this actually happened in our neighborhood group. I was like, holy cow, she just did it. This girl posted in our neighborhood group that she's starting a new app company, and she invited all the neighborhood to just try it out because she really needs feedback before they launch it. Oh, really? You just want us in your product. That's what they're doing. So I was like, wow, she played that role right here. The hot market research is the people that you know and love and see you without your makeup or your pants on or whatever. Okay. These are the people in your personal hot space, that close inner circle. And now you can really, I wouldn't be saying it this way. I'm just giving you a form letter so you have at least something to look at. But I was talking to my sister, asking her to do this for me. I would say things differently. I would definitely call them. Hey Laura, I need 5 to 10 people that I can trust, not to become my customer, but to test market a new product that we have for 30 days and give me some honest feedback. Would you be willing to try this new product, compare it to what you're currently doing, and give me feedback on what you think? Try, compare, feedback. Doing this will help me tremendously because your feedback will really help me in understanding and in marketing this product. The whole process with this hot market research is that you're going to the people that are closest in your inner circle. So all of you that say that you don't have a list anymore, you've burned your list, you have no one to talk to, and now you're just relying on that amazing social media post that you put up to grow your business, you use all these techniques right back with them. It doesn't matter if you already went to someone and said, hey, I want to tell you about the business, and then you did it all the wrong way and you burned that bridge. Admit that. Tell them, hey, that was like so long ago. That was 2 months ago. I am so much better now. So I was learning, so sorry about that. But when everyone works, you can totally go back to everyone that you've ever spoken with that is not working with you now, and even people that have before, because all of these techniques will work. But the most important parts are to let them know there's a limitation of who can do it. I'm only taking a few amount of people, so there's a space fear of missing out. There's not to become a customer, sorry, disclaimed it. I don't want you as my customer. I just want you to use the stuff. Has anyone ever done this for anything with any of their family? Just say, and I'm not talking about with Beachbody, I'm talking about just with anything. Hey, could you try this before I try it and see what you think? It's the same thing as, can you drink this milk and tell me if it's spoiled before I drink it? I hate spoiled milk. You have done it without even thinking about it. You have asked people to try something before you're going to. And it doesn't mean that I'm in business at all. Just asking them because you want them to be a part of what you're doing. So this is super easy and important to do. Let's move on. Number 3, the elephant. Much like I just talked about, you're going to put the elephant, boom, right there in the room. So anyone ever scared to share the business with certain people? Think of that person in your mind that you really want to reach out to, but you're just so intimidated by them, or you're scared, or you really messed up when you spoke with them about it before, and now they are avoiding you. This is the technique to do. You're basically putting the elephant in the room. Tell them why you're scared or whatever the reason was. Don't mention the product. Get that call in person and then set the time frame. So, hey Tamara, you're going to think this is silly, but I've been afraid to call you because of how successful you are in your career. Fill in the blank. I've been nervous to reach out to you because I see that you've been so busy running those amazingly successful kids camps. I'm reaching out to you because I really messed up when I presented the business to you last time, and I want to reach back out to you. Constantly asking and letting them know, put the elephant right there. But I had to contact you because I'd be really upset if I didn't. Moving on, my company just launched one of the biggest products we've ever had. So do you see a pattern here? I've never been more excited about this and what the company's going to do in my future. So again, you're building this aspect of there's something big here. They don't know what it is yet because you're not going to tell them the product. There's something big here. It's going to change their future, and she'd be upset if she didn't tell me, even though she knows I don't want to do that business with her. What is this? I needed to contact you because if this does half as well as I expect it to go, and if I never said anything to you, you'd be upset with me for not at least asking you about it. Has anyone ever been insulted because they weren't asked to do something from someone else that they should have been asked, but the person never asked them because they thought you were busy or otherwise? How about, has anyone ever not worked with someone because of the way that person promotes or does their business, but they're a personal friend or a family member? So in a situation like this, I'm not going to work with someone that I don't value their business style. And one of the important business styles is personal reaching out. We had a friend of ours that sold cars, close friend of my husband up in New York. And we were buying a car. And he wanted to go with this guy to help him get his business rolling, but I didn't want to work with him because the only way that he communicated information to us was through newsletter information. Nothing ever personal when it related to that. And I kind of saw how he lived his life in his business, and it didn't match. And so I didn't want to do business with someone that wasn't in the right mindset. And that's what people are looking at with you as well. Now, this may or may not be for you. That's where you're disclaiming it again, but I'm totally cool with that. But would you at least be open to taking a look? And that's then where you set up that next appointment in your third party. This is going to work because it takes off that whole elephant. Next slide, and the final one I think is your, existing, and then we're gonna talk quick about social media and we're done. So your existing customers. You may already have customers. Don't mention the new product. You wanna try to get them calling in live, person, whatever. Third party tool, show them it's easy, and you, company, does the hard part. I don't know what that says. But the company does the hard part. You don't do the hard part. That's what you're trying to tell them. Existing customers are 10 times more likely to buy again than you finding a new one. Think about that for a second. Someone who's already been in the Beachbody world, bought Slim & 6 years ago, that person's more likely to buy another Beachbody product, 10 times more likely, than for you to go find another new customer. Work with your current existing customers. Hey Joe, wanted to check in with you and see how you liked whatever they were using. And done. That's that. Don't finish the rest of this message. Because you need to know. What if she comes back and complains about that product? Gives you all this crap about it. Oh, that tastes horrible. I'm not having any of it. Well, then would you go forward? No. So if the response is positive, now you come back with this. My company just launched one of the biggest products we've ever had. I've never been more excited about this product or opportunity. And this thing does half as well as I expected to go. I can't imagine what my life is going to be like a year from now. Have you ever considered, with your experience with the product and what you just shared with me on your amazing results, that you literally could start getting paid doing just that? So this person came back and raved about the products, the results that they've had, how much they love it, that they're still doing it and using it and drinking it and whatever. And they just gushed about it to you. That line right there is going to seal the deal, letting them know you can do this too. Because all you gotta do is that, and then tell someone to watch a video about what they are going to be looking at. That's the only two things of coaching, guys. Share your experience, and then when someone is interested, you point them to the video or third-party tool. That's it. And your customers, you got to show them how easy that really could be. Because if they then have someone that really wants more information, you don't have to tell the customer, you figure that out. We'll do it for you. Just pass it to me, I'll help you. And that's how you can convert more of your customers to coaching, by letting them know how simple it is. You don't need to sell. All you do is exactly just what you just did. You just told me what you lost. You just told me how much energy you have. You just told me all of that. Have you been telling other people that too? All you could do next is just say, if I gave you a video, would you watch it? And that's all you have to do. So that's the finishing part of moving into customers. If I share a quick video that shows how easy this is, would you watch it? And the most would say yes, because it has to look easy. The biggest reason why people are not joining is because you're making it look too hard. That's it. And you are making it too hard. It's not hard. It's just being honest, point one. Share your experience, listening, knowing what someone wants to do with their next step, and then seeing what might be a possible fit. Not everyone's going to be in the same fit. Not everyone's going to want to do quarter force. Checking out at the eye doctor for my son, and I was wearing logo wear, I guess, and the girl goes, oh yeah, I want to get that P90X. I've been seeing it. I'm like, really? So what do you think I did? Business card! Here you go! Buy for my website. That's what I did. No. I said, why? Why P90X? Because P90X may not be right for her, but she just keeps getting brainwashed with it at night when she falls asleep on the couch. That's it. Okay, move on to the last one as we finish it up. So social media, totally. You gotta do this on social media. So you're doing a combination of both of these things. But what moves the needle? Personally reaching out and asking people one by one, not by mass email. One by one. Social media, you gotta change up your images. So stop using that same before and after of yourself that you've been using for years. Stop it. It's been seen, it's been done, it's overlooked. It's the white noise. You are not even seeing, people aren't even seeing it anymore. It's the same that when you're flipping through channels or playing a DVR, you skip all the commercials because you've seen them a billion times. You don't even need to look at them anymore. That's what people are doing with your stuff on social media. Because you say the same things and you use the same images, that they're going to skip right over it. People purchase outcomes, not the product or service. So tell them about the quarter force all you want and fact them to death. But they're not going to buy quarter force because it's got a cool name, or because they'll feel cool doing kickboxing or martial arts type movement. They're not going to buy it for that reason. Why are they going to buy it? Because of what happens. Basically, everyone has a reality A. Everyone has this reality. Everyone has a desired reality B. That's what you want to sell them. You're not selling them the facts of this amazing product or this amazing business. Or look at this picture of me that I just took with this amazing person that I don't really know, but they've got titles and stuff. They don't know. It's the same thing as you having an avatar of your headshot on Facebook of you with Sean T, Julie Johnson, Autumn Calabrese. If people don't know you, they don't know who's Autumn and who's you. They don't know. You know the Kool-Aid, they don't. So you have to be you. And that also means you gotta sell the outcome. What does your person that you're speaking to, what do they want? So if you're trying to quote, quote, sell Quarter Force, what's the outcome of Quarter Force that would match whatever image you're putting up, the video? So if you are sharing one of Beachbody's success stories from Quarter Force, here's the trick. You gotta tell the story. Tell the story of the person in the picture. It's gotta be personal. Don't always say, all right, she wanted to lose weight, and so she got Quarter Force, and she started doing it for 60 days, and she's already lost 20 pounds, and now she feels amazing. But, because that's just the same old stuff. What really changed from her in her reality A when she was feeling this, and now she's in B, and she's feeling that? How many of you have ever been uncomfortable in your own skin because you don't like the way you look? That's been me pretty much all the way up to my mid-30s. It really hasn't changed until these last years. I would go in my closet and the whole floor would be full of clothes because I'm constantly trying to figure out what can fit. And when you're doing that, constantly putting on something, every pant leg you take on and take off chips away at you, and you hate yourself more for the shape you allowed yourself to get in, or the feeling of the stress that you gotta go to a wedding and you don't have anything to wear that's not gonna show all the bulges. If you've never felt those feelings, it's hard to really know what someone's feeling in their reality A. And change that to weight loss. I would cry the night before going to work every day at the hospital because I hated that place so bad. It wasn't the job, it was the people I worked with. I couldn't stand that feeling. I wanted to do anything. I would do anything to get out of that. You have to go to that feeling. What's that person feeling in their A? And that picture's gotta sell the B. It's not gonna factor to that. They don't buy products, they buy outcomes. So how can you tell if your social media content is being effective when you are promoting, quote, quote? How much engagement is it getting? Ding, that's it. If it's not getting much engagement, if you're not getting much engagement on it, you're doing it wrong. If you're not getting much engagement on your post, you're doing it wrong. Why? Because people like to people like to give you props when good things happen in your life. They just do it. Whenever you put up a post about it's your anniversary today, isn't that your most engaged post ever?
It's crazy.
It's crazy. That's why every time it's my anniversary, I almost missed putting it up on Facebook this year. I was like, oh no! It's like 10 o'clock at night, I gotta get this home. Because I know that was engagement. When your kids do something amazing, or when you hit some achievement of that is crazy or whatever. People want to give an emotional like or comment. So if they're not touching your post, it's because it's not right. It's selling, and they're seeing right through you. It needs to pull people more to get better traction and outcome. All right, and final slide. So, basically, your whole job and goal is to just go out there and stop telling people about the amazing products we have generally. You can't rely on social media to be what brings in the masses. You have to. If you want to change your life with your time, with your income, if you want more control in your life, if you want more security, if you want to go on a wolf pack weekend, you have to do it. Personally going out to someone and saying, hey, I wanted to share this with you. Would you? You have to go to one by one by one. You can't go, hey, anybody here? Anybody there? That doesn't work. Because if I just did that, how many of you feel like I'm paying attention to you all? But if I'm looking at you directly, speaking, do you feel like I'm talking totally to you only? This story's all about you. You have to pinpoint people out. And you have to schedule and just do it. If you use some of these strategies, it will at least get you over that hump of trying to set up that phone call, but to reach out to people to start moving your business. But I hope that this has been an amazing weekend for y'all. Thank you so much for having me here. This was my first invitation, by the way. Yeah, my first out-of-state invitation.